Yeah, give me a sugar-free. I'll have to text this to you. I think a sugar-free hazelnut, skinny iced latte.
Sugar-free, isn't it? Skinny. Alright, no worries.
Iced.
Yeah, sounds alright.
Sweet,
Sugar-free,
sweet.
isn't it? Skinny.
Yeah, well,
Gabe, you sure you do anything?
Yeah, all good, but all good.
yeah, sweet.
Alright, no worries, son.
Sound.
Sugar-free, hazelnut skinny.
Sugar-free hazelnut, skinny, iced. Yeah.
So, no worries.
Nice one, Lou.
How are you going to read stuff off?
You what?
I got this going to read stuff off.
Hey.
Is it?
My laptop. Skinny iced latte.
You're getting taller, you are.
Huh?
You're getting taller.
Taller. What's happening?
We're good. Go for it.
How's things, Derry?
Good, but good.
Yeah. How's the trading going?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Had a decent win yesterday. Yesterday, decent win, 4% win yesterday was good, really good. Had a bit of a rough month. Not rough, but obviously with trading you can go on. You're a mentor in the community, but on losing streaks. But then obviously we had a 3 losing streak, and then that one trade then back in profit for the month. Finished the month strong now.
How do you feel when market conditions are rough?
I tend to, obviously being in the industry so long, I tend to try and stay away. Like if market conditions are awful, like when you've completed a model or Trump's throwing bombs around the place, I tend to try and stay away as much as I can. But obviously capitalise on the opportunities that it does provide then. But it's just the patience of waiting for those market conditions to sort of sort themselves out and things like that, price action stuff, and then coming back to it then.
Yeah, it's important to have that patience, and that strong mindset once you're looking to execute in the market, definitely.
100%.
In terms of the education platform, it's something which is growing and, is something that's really exciting, for the future and going forward. But what inspired you to start your own trading education platform?
Predominantly, obviously, it's a business first. That's number one. And everyone says it's not is lying, essentially. But the second thing is to impact and change as many people's lives as I can, because I know I come from, again, like I said before, humble beginnings, and I know my roots. But also, sort of, there's so much education on Instagram and things and YouTube and all this that sort of give these 100% win rates and all that. And it's not sort of attainable. There's no holy grail trading. You're going to take losses. That's the reality of it. And if anyone tells you you're not, that's the first indicator. But just to sort of have that impact on the industry where people can look at trading and go, okay, well, I can make a career from this. I can make good money from this. And obviously impact people's lives is a huge one for me as well. And I really enjoy doing it, to be fair, as well. Do you know, like seeing, like on the last YouTube, we met up with all the crew in the educational platform, in the community, and just seeing like people's results, wins. Like some of them are funded, some of them are not. Obviously some are new, some have been there a while, but even just the changes they've made to their outside life through trading is just rewarding, like really rewarding. I get goosebumps talking about it. So that's a massive part for me, like a huge part.
It's important, like I said, to have that mentor and have that vision where you've got someone to fall back on once you're learning and once you're trying to become successful into trading and in the industry, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. It's the same as when I first started. You have sort of this chip on your shoulder. You think, oh, I know everything about trading. I know this, I know that. And people are like, oh, what are you doing there? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? I know what I'm doing. And then until you sort of get through that phase and say, okay, I need someone to help me here, because you just go in vicious circles otherwise. It's the same as you can go on YouTube and watch all the strategies in the world, and you'll take a 3 or 4 losing streak, and you think that's not normal then. And then you go back to then, okay, I'm going to switch strategy, this doesn't work. But that's normal. But having that mentor then to say to you, even me, I had to have a mentor to say, look, what you're doing there is right. You're just on a losing streak. That's just normal. And it's just having that someone in a year to say, keep doing it, and keep getting those reps in,
Yeah, it's important to have that, like I said, someone to fall back on and someone to
100%.
guide you in the right direction once you're starting to learn and develop a skill set, definitely. What do you feel like the core mission was, once you started? Is it, you mentioned to help people, is there anything else which has driven you to start your own education platform? Does it help? Do you feel like it helps your development as well?
Yeah, 100%. Live trading sessions, like I was solid before, but live trading sessions then, putting that extra pressure on yourself just sort of pushes you to execute at the right times. Like whereas before you'd sort of
hesitate maybe.
Yeah, hesitate a bit. It's knowing that the whole community are watching and they are relying on you as well. Obviously the whole goal of it in the end is for them to come out the other side, which our success rate is really good at, but to come out the other side where they can place their own trades. But obviously the start of that journey, live sessions is so important because it's being able to watch not only what we're doing and what we're breaking down, but understanding the sort of the mindset and the processes that we go through when we're in the trade. That's like the most important thing, is like seeing when certain things happen in the markets. Okay, we're pulling here because of this, this, and this. Or TP's here because of this, this, and this. Understanding, although the setups can be the same, like it's a mechanical approach, getting out to the market when we see certain things happen. There's reasons for everything we do. So it's being in the trade and people being able to say that. But yeah, going back to the question is, it's helped my trading, although I was extremely profitable before. It's helped it to the point of you can get sort of mistiming issues with the live trading session. I find that's pushed me to sort of restrain or what's the word? Sort of tweak my strategy even more to get it tighter. Like, you know,
it's just developing, isn't it? You know, you know, you've got your mechanical strategy, like we said. It's a mechanical way of, you know, analysing and entering the market. It helps develop all of that, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like we were saying, you know, in terms of, you know, your goal, you know, you want to help people and you want to help people learn and understand the strategy, but having a mentor then also plays into the risk management and the managing of trades as well. And, you know, like we said, having a mentor is really important and it can help you, you know, in all aspects of trading, not just learning the strategy.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing as well, is I've touched on it in the past with people, is where when I first started my journey, full porting accounts on NFP and things like that, and you don't realise, but it's because of the misinformation out there. You see people doing it. There's one guy I'm going to mention, you probably remember him, is Ariel. Ariel FX. All he used to do was
NFP.
50% risk, NFP, and he used to call it, and he would full port accounts. 1 month he'd blow it, the next month he'd make, and it's the information that's been put out there on social media that obviously doesn't see the industry for the true light. But then when that's going on social media and people see it, and it's not just one person doing it, it's over and over and over again. Like people depositing £500 into an account and then risking 2-3 lots on gold because that's what the person they signed up with to. But it's that over and over and over again that then people think that that's normal. But having that mentor and a real mentor makes you understand that, okay, 1% risk is normal, and having smaller profits, but also sort of
sustainable.
Sustainable and linear growth towards it is what trading is about. Like, if you had a business and you went into business and piled all your money into a business and that failed, you'd be left with nothing. You know, it's about gradually growing that business to the point that you've still got capital to the side and being able to have linear growth with that. And it's the same as trading, exactly the same process.
So that's what, you know, like you feel maybe separates your education platform from the others, giving that personal touch and that mentor, providing that service where you're helping people come from real beginnings in terms of trading to helping you push through to becoming profitable and successful and sustainable. Yeah,
100%. And again, like you said, it's not all about the strategy, it's about like personal struggles and that as well. If people reach out to me personal wise, I'll be there to sort of like say, okay, this has happened, take time off, or risk management wise, just understanding the whole process of not only the strategy, like you said, but understanding the process of actually becoming a trader, because it's not just about the strategy. You can have any strategy in the world without that mindset and without sort of someone to lean on and go, look, I'm struggling this week because this and this happened in my personal life. Well, step away. Or what's going on, you know? And it's about people just having a ear that will listen to them and understand that. Like, a strategy is nothing without anything else that goes around that. Like,
talking about the strategy, you know, tell the people what the strategy is. How do you actually trade? It's mechanically biased. You know, how do you look at entering the market? You know, and what do you look for?
So there's our strategy in specific is there's a lot to look for, which means less trades, but we look for sort of liquidity sweeps, but aligning time and price all the way from sort of like a 1 hour all the way down to 1 minute. If none of those timeframes match up, so you've got a buy model on the 1 hour, sell model on the 15 minute, we stay away. So it's aligning like model, inside model, inside model, inside model, and then going from there. So from the 1 hour, we look for sort of liquidity sweeps, say, of a high or a low. And then we're looking for sell models or buy models we put in on 15 minute, 1 hour, 5 minute. If we get a 5 minute soup, turtle soup, if people know what that is, and then a 1 minute turtle soup, and then we'd obviously target the external draws of liquidity then from there.
Yes, you know, it's important to have that, you know, that bias and, you know, have that strategy there in front of you where you can follow, like we said, mechanical, and, you know, you can sit there and you've got a set of rules, and if them rules don't meet, then you're not going to look to execute in the market.
Yeah, 100%. And again, it is with other strategies, you sort of get so many moving components that not like again with our strategy, not every trade looks the same, but the core concepts are the same. Does that make sense? Like you know the strategy yourself, or you're a mentor on the platform, but having that set of rules where you know exactly where you're heading. I'm looking for this, this, and this. If this doesn't line up, stay away. Or I'm looking for this, this, and this. All this lines up. Let's trade. You know what I mean? So I think that's a massive thing, is having a mechanical strategy and being able to actually implement that to progress your trading. Like I used to go through trend lines and all that, and I used to sit there and I'm like, so for me, everything's got to be why. You were the same as well. When you started trading trend lines, hang on.
Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
What's the purpose behind this? You know, is there any meaning behind what we're doing?
And the mad thing is, I'll never slag off a strategy, because you can get boys that trade support and resistance, trade trend lines and stuff that work. They're profitable from it. You can't take it away. It's just I couldn't get it to work. But for me, I've got to know why in everything. You know, as a kid, I'm like, yeah, but why are you doing that? Yeah, but why? And my mother and father used to go bonkers. But the whole thing is, like, when you think of like support and resistance, trend lines and all that, you think of a trend line. And when I first started trading, I won't mention him because he's a really nice guy and he's a good trader himself, but you draw a trend line, you know who I'm talking about. You draw a trend line and he say, when it hits that trend line, so when you break it down simple terms, and this is going to sound really stupid to people that are watching, draw a line on your screen. When it touches that line the third time, press buy.
Press buy.
And I'm like, but why? And he's like, because it's a trend line. I'm like, yeah, but why? What does that mean?
What's the meaning behind it?
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, but that's a trend line is if it's an uptrending support here. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But what is the meaning behind support? It's just you see, and it's reacted from the same area a few times. Whereas what we do is a mechanical approach, and it means like following order flow, following footprints of institutions and things like that leave behind. There's actual why behind it. We're doing this because of this, this, and this, and we're entering because of this, this, and this. Whereas a trend line is, you can say to a kid, draw a line on that screen when it on a Hetra sketch pad. When it touches that line, press buy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it was more intuitive and being like, okay, I need to have a why. Why I'm entering these trades.
I feel like as we've developed the skill set over the years, you can understand then why that would go wrong. And you can understand the markets more. Using the knowledge we've gained and using the strategy we use, you can identify why these things don't work and why they work sometimes, because there is always like we said, a why behind it.
100%.
So, we said you're focusing on technical analysis. We do technically analyze the markets, but we do have that mechanical approach where we stick to a set of rules and follow them rules.
100%. Like, rules are the biggest thing. Is like a lot of people who trade things and they've sort of got no why, no rules, nothing. It's just the same thing. Again, for hearing back trend lines, when it touches that, press buy, no rule. Like, are you waiting for a rejecting candle? Are you waiting for what are you waiting for? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and that's exactly why I think it works for a lot of people, because it gives people structure as well, which is important. Like,
say for example, I come to you and I say I want to learn to trade. What would be the process that I would go through if I joined your community?
As in regards from start to finish?
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd jump on a call first of all to sort of see where you're at, align things. Like, obviously, with us, this sounds really bad for people that want to join, but like, we align sort of morals and work ethic and things like that. So you go through sort of like a, what's the word for it? Like a process to then see an application sort of to see if you're someone that would best suit them.
Like an evaluation of where you're at.
Yeah, exactly that. Like, we take on everyone from beginners all the way to people that are just trying to squeeze out a little bit more out of the training. But you go through that process, and obviously one bad apple ruins a bunch. So if we think that someone doesn't align the things, obviously limited spaces and things, we move to the next. But if you do, obviously we give you that opportunity to join, and then obviously you jump on a call, and then inside the community then, and from there onboarding call and things like that. And then there's courses there, live sessions, massive community as well of that's the thing, is because we siphon out people that we don't think will align with what we're trying to achieve. We've got so many good people in there. I don't think there's one bad person in there. Like, honestly, everyone I just really enjoy speaking to on a day-to-day basis. Even if we don't get trades. This morning was a prime example. There was no trades presenting themselves. It was just, we just had a general chat about life and, do you know what I mean? Just general stuff like.
And then that also aligns them with, having that structured approach to, even though we haven't taken a trade this morning, the daily routine is the same.
Stays the same.
Yeah.
Everything stays the same. Everything in my life. And I think that's why a lot of people love the community, is everything still stays the same. Unless I'm on holiday. So, but then obviously you, Michael, or Luke, whoever it may be, Lewis, Jacob, or any of the mentors will pick up on it. And that's why we've pulled in so many mentors. So nothing can ever sort of disrupt that structure, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Yeah, no, it's successful. It's really good, and I feel like people really enjoy being in the community.
yeah.
So in terms of the mentorship, you know, I come in, you know, what would be the structure for me? Would I be learning just basics to start? Would it be dependent on where I'm at in terms of my trading experience?
So a lot of it's tailored when you first jump on the calls and things before we start. But then when you come into the community, there's obviously there's about 45 videos there, like course on actually the chart and stuff. But from there, then obviously you get one-to-ones as well, depending on what package of things you've got. You get the one-to-ones, but the one-to-ones we try to say to people to stay away until they've worked sort of X amount through the course for your first one-to-one, X amount for your second one-to-one, just so they understand that. And what they can do then is you can go back, so it's structured really well. But the I think the most important factor, for people coming in is those live sessions is like understanding what we're looking at, the routines, the mindset in the trade, during, after, before, the whole lot. Like the composure through that is massive, and seeing it done live, because the reality of it is anyone can hindsight trade. It's easy. You can mark up this high, this high, this high. You can mark up that low. You can go, I was entry here, but you've already seen that. So it's understanding to do that in the live markets. And I think the live sessions, like we literally live trade in front of nearly 200 people.
Yeah.
And if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Like, and we put our reputation on the block day in, day out for that. Like,
yeah, it's important, and they show people what you really do and how you can really perform under pressure, which, you know, that's what sets I believe sets the community
100%.
apart from the rest. Yeah, so can you share a success story from a student in the community?
Louis probably the best one. Louis, he's been again in. I'm not going to mention this guy's name. He's a pretty big guy that would shock you, but he's been in the community. Older guy. He's filmed a video in Wimbledon. People probably know what I'm talking about now. I've mentioned that, but he's been in his community and got nowhere, where they got scammed for about 10 grand. Went in circles with it, and then came to us back in October. Came to us. He was working offshore in Scotland on the oil rigs and stuff like that from Mauritius, and in January or February moved back to Mauritius, full-time trading, and yeah, he's got a penthouse place in Mauritius now.
Yeah,
he's full-time. He's back there living with his Mrs. Greta, who's a good person as well. Really, like, she actually works for us now as well. Really good success story that, from working on the oil rigs 6-7 months ago, back to his home country, living in a penthouse place. Is such a sick story. And he's a good guy as well. He's a really good guy. Like,
it shows what you can achieve once you stick to the plan and put the work in and really start to progress with your trading and the skill set.
Another one is obviously Michael as well. People that are in the community probably know Michael well, but he's 18, believe it or not. He's doing his A-levels and has now dropped out of his A-levels. He's full-time doing it as well.
Yeah.
He's just got back from Haggadah. He's going to Thailand. He's honestly such a sick guy. Like,
yeah, really good and really, really knowledgeable as well. In terms of, like we spoke about, the mentorship and what you'd get, going on from that in terms of risk management, because I feel like risk management and emotional discipline is important when you're trading. Do you help teach all that as well?
Yeah, the whole lot. Literally everything from routines outside. Obviously, we got the lifestyle stuff as well. That Sam runs, obviously PCA Pro, but the habits even before Sam runs 6:30 call in the morning. Obviously, you've been there, you're in the community with people watching. 6:30 call in the morning to get everyone prepped and hydrated before we jump on the live sessions, and then just he builds good habits as well. Alongside, we try to build those good habits with people outside of trading, alongside the risk management. Like, that's the most important. Without risk management, you haven't got a strategy.
Long term, 2, 5, 10 years, where do you see your education platform?
You say long term, for me 2 years. Short term, so short term, within 2 years I'd like to see 10,000 people in that platform, and over 10 years I think probably I'd like to see 100,000 people in there. Like, and just build an absolute monster of more mentors that are legitimately on the same alignment as us and want to help people. So over 10 years, probably 100,000. Over the next 2 years, 10,000 people in that community. Building
that strong community.
Yeah.
So in terms of a typical day, talk to us about a day in your life as a day trader, an entrepreneur.
I'm pretty boring, to be fair. Wake up, coffee, speak to my wife, and then lock myself in the bedroom
Yeah,
or in
for
the
12
office.
hours.
Yeah, literally sit there, trade for 7 till about 9.
Yeah.
Then I jump off for like an hour. Back on then for New York, few mentorship calls, work on other businesses. Off then by like most nights 7. I get off so 7 till 7. And then in the evening is just go for a drive with my wife for a coffee. That's literally it. So it's pretty boring, but it's structured, and I need structure. Like otherwise, I just cannot.
Do you feel like because you've got that structure, do you feel like it can be a little bit hard to keep developing, or how do you try to keep self-developing and developing in terms of trading as well?
No, I think it helps me because if I haven't got structure, I won't know what I've got to work on. Does that make sense? So
yeah.
If I've got like a checklist and stuff that I wake up to, and if I don't hit that throughout the day or I don't get the certain things done, then I'll just be in a spiral.
Yeah.
Like even that, like people say, oh, you've done this for so many years, oh, surely. And it's like, no, everyone needs that structure. The biggest guys in the world, even talking about structure, mentors, all that. Some billionaires and things have still got their mentors now, just to keep them in check. And they're billionaires, do you know what I mean? Which is what people don't realize. People are like, oh, you don't need a mentor, you don't need this. The biggest guys in the industry, in entrepreneur, business, trading, have all still got mentors to this day,
Yeah.
So it's just about structure. Structure for me, if I didn't have that, I'd fall to pieces.
Yeah, it's important to have that. Like you said, the structure to help you self-develop as well, I believe. Do you know what I mean? Not in terms of trading, but also in life in general. And having a mentor, having that person to go to is important to have, and that's what people will get once they come into the community as well.
100%.
Yeah, good. So, in terms of community spirit, what are you doing to, help the community spirit in terms of your
This is my favourite one.
trading platform? So, have you got a long-term vision for a community spirit, and not so much a long-term vision for a community spirit, but a long-term vision to help this grow and help people want to be part of it?
Yeah, 100%. Like, for me, that community stuff is massively important, and growing the community for one, but also keeping the tight knit. Like where I can, we went out not last Wednesday before, met up with everyone, just keeping those sort of things going. Go for food with the boys. I know a lot of the boys are meeting up ahead of the game next Friday, and that's outside what I've organised. Sam Hanley's organising things, and I think it's just building on that again, masterminds and things where everyone's welcome to come. That's in the community and things like that, and just small things that mean a lot. Like to me, I wouldn't even say 90%, 100% of those people in that group are my friends now, do you know what I mean? And people that are aligned with me. So that for me is just the thing, is keep the meetups going, keep going for coffees with people outside of trading, because sometimes if you're stuck in your room the whole time trading and stuff, you lose the will to even do it, do you know what I mean? It's the same as anything. So it's just getting out and about as well, chatting to people about normal day-to-day stuff and just keeping it tight-knit, to be fair.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, really good. Thanks, Dare.
Happy days.
Good.
Mouth's dry now.
Really good.
Lou said we go into the Village Cafe or something. I've never been there, but I'm from my stake, so I don't come down to city slicker vibes, but we're following Lou whenever we go. We're just going to go grab a coffee and that. Just have a general catch-up.
First time podcasting?
Yeah, first time. It was good as well. I really enjoyed it, to be fair. I didn't think... It's a bit... got to get used to, obviously. It's just a conversation. But I did enjoy it. It was good. I told you, I'm a Valley's boy. I don't know these areas.
You put in the fucking sat nav.
Gabe's just done it now. We're on our way now.
No, you probably drove past it now.
Yeah, 100%. There's a coffee shop here, apparently. It looks like there's a few, though. Like a maze down here for me. But yeah, we'll go in, have a coffee, have a catch up with Lou, and then we'll head back, and that's pretty much the day done.
I'll ring you. I'll pop the gym a bit. I just know it is. I'll ring you in a bit.
That's a wrap for the day today. We've been, obviously, you've seen, down to film a bit of podcast style, just a catch up with Lou, who's one of our mentors in the academy. Really good chat and things, and then a coffee afterwards and a bit of food. But I really enjoy just catching up and just chatting general business stuff, trading stuff, entrepreneurial journey and things like that. So it's going to be a really I hope you enjoyed, obviously, watching the video. It will touch more on that sort of stuff, podcasty, catch-up-y, that sort of thing. But if you are enjoying the videos, again, all walks of life, welcome you. Like, comment and subscribe. And what I'll do for anyone that is interested is I'll leave the link for our free training to the academy below, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Appreciate you all watching.